Hi again, I'm back. I am going to talk about a thing that I picked up, which is painting, clay painting especially. I created this 2 months back when the war in Gaza was um in news everywhere. So I started channeling my emotions, what I was feeling from a point of empathy for uh, the Gaza residents who are the victims of uh, the ongoings because of the war. So I started painting what I was feeling, and this is what came out. And if you think about it from a different perspective, it is one, of course, the displacement of the the Gaza people, the underprivileged people in the lower regions who have no means to sustain or survive in the areas which are stricken by the war. They have no other way other than displacing themselves and becoming refugees in um, places within the country or fleeing outside the country. Of course, that is one perspective from a political standpoint and the political tensions between countries and how that affects the psychological environment of a country or a region. The other perspective is also about how um, the corporate displaces workers because of the policies that are created within a system, right? Once the location of the people who are called back in a certain region, obviously the housing market goes up, the rents go up, and people don't find affordable homes in the area to sustain themselves. So obviously they have to go in a region where there is not much visibility in terms of transportation. There is no means of easy commute between the office and the workplace that they have. And this displacement is also something which creates a lot of psychological. Is another piece of painting that I did a month back. Again, I uh, channeled my emotions to create what I was feeling, and obviously it comes from psychology. Any other economies? There are many other economies other than India which do not have this system of startups or gig economy. And how do you create that is what this is talking about. Understanding and talking to your people. That is orange. According to me, I have color codes which represents my state of emotions, and brown is something that showcases your authenticity, the way you are designed, and the horse is always on green bed, and there is always water around the ecosystem of gig economy or a startup environment. Now this represents an angel, a mother who is giving birth to a child. A child can be many things. It could be an act of service to someone, something that you create, or something that you have supported or offered patronage for. And the sky is violet. Violet represents understanding the environment, basically researching what your people are going through within an environment or a system. Now, this orange bed or like a mountain figure is something which is the mending point, right? Without understanding and talking to understand the problems or circumstances of the people who create the environment of your system or economy that you're trying to create, there cannot be a stream of growth, a stream which keeps going. Black is something that I represent to showcase a sustainable market, a sustainable ecosystem, which keeps on going day by day. And without having that stream of operation, you cannot sustain. And while you have that stream of operations, you also need to think about the other things, that is act of service for yourself, or if you are very lucky enough, can you showcase or can you educate other people how you do it or how you can change things if it's in your control. And this is bleeding red represents the bleed of yourself, your energy, your people in your system, or it could be, your health as well. If you're a woman, if you don't recognize your emotions, and if you don't channel that through something that keeps you fulfilling, it is going to bleed. And that is how you sustain. Green represents sustainable growth. Again, this becomes a tombstone. The daily operation, the daily routine that you have becomes a tombstone if that growth isn't sustainable. And you have to grow sustainably. And that is, I guess I've represented that through the shape of a leaf. And to grow that, you need fertile soil. Fertile soil can be a lot of things. The healthy environment that the system creates for you or you create for yourself. And to sail to the point where you want to be, you need harmony between both the daily operations and where you want to be and what you want to be. Finding that harmony is what we're working towards. Finding that identity for yourself. How do you create that for yourself through different means? It could be through music, it could be through different physical or emotional stimuli that keeps your emotional face is intact. It could be as simple as keeping your environment as attuned as possible for your psychological safety, right? And there will always be bleeding, there will always be burnout, but you have to keep journaling, or you have to keep channeling that emotions through different means, and only then you can, sail to that fulfilling point through different journey mediums. And that journey mediums can be anything. There are so many mediums that have come up now, different communities, different places where you can learn new things that you've never known you were good at, or you don't know you're good at, and it makes you fulfilling. And once that seed is sown, the seed of what makes you fulfilling and gives you purpose, that is when that flow or stream of happiness or fulfillment comes through, and you become a swan which keeps swimming and sustaining itself